Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the South Main Auto Channel. Got the 2024 Chevrolet. It's a Trax. It's got the big 1.2 turbo. Customer complaint on this is excessive coolant loss, and had it in, I don't know, last week for an oil change. My boy Josh looked it over and said there's no leak, nothing external, nothing down the radiator. None of the plastic junk they have on there, nothing visible that would account for the amount of coolant that the customer is going through, which has been a pretty fair amount, you know, more than normal. Reservoir is empty right now. So I told the customer my thoughts on it. You know, he was thinking heater core. I'm thinking not a chance. You don't go through a half a gallon of coolant and not have some evidence on the inside, you know. However, when Josh got done doing the oil change and he fired it up, a little white smoke. Little more than normal white smoke. Told the customer my thoughts. You know, obviously I'm leaning towards internal coolant loss, aka the head gasket, or something of those sorts. I think it's probably got a liquid cooled turbo, you know, things we need to think about there, if it's got an EGR cooler or anything like that. And then the customer mentioned, he's like, well, you know, when I leave it sit overnight and I start it up in the morning, it runs a little rough, and then it smooths up and then it's good. Like, oh, so the parts of the puzzle are all starting to kind of fit together, I'm suspecting. So I had him drop it off last night. I pulled it in here. I haven't touched it, just left it sit. I told him I'd like to pull the spark plugs out and just have a little look down in there with Mr. Wiggles and see, you know, see what we see. Is there coolant sitting on top of a piston? Is this doing some Ford EcoBoost stuff? Or what's happening? And the sad thing is, even though it's a 2-year-old car, GM told him to go jump off a cliff or buy a new car. We'll sell you a new car, but we won't fix your old one. So I don't know if it's over on mileage or what the story is, but they told him pound sand, and so here we are. Let's pull that engine cover off and get after it. Never did I think in America that we'd have a car come into our shop with a smaller engine than most snow machines. How's this thing come on? 1200 cc's of Chevy 3-cylinder Thunder. Well, I don't know. I guess we had the Geo Metro there for a while with the 1 liter. That was a real toilet. Okay. Oh, she double bolt coils on this thing. Must be holding back all the thunder. Got the phone there for a bit. Got him unplugged while I was on the phone. Long-winded suckers, huh? Let's get our special tray out here. Chevrolet Performance. Perfect for this job. Well, look at that. Just a little crooked. That's fun. The spark plugs go in at an angle. This way. They angle towards the front of the engine. Okay, there's all 3 of them. Make sure there's nothing down in these holes. And they look like they're really tiny, maybe like a 14mm spark plug. Yes, sir. I think I have a 19/16, or yeah, 9/16 spark plug socket. Bingo. Bingo was his name, oh. There's numero 10. One is darker. Let me set these to the side. Just darker. That's about the only difference I see. Just seeing if anybody here tells a story. Tell me a story. Well, one or 2 is the cleanest. 3 has a little bit of crud on the side of it, but number 1 is darker. So I'd show you, but I don't know if it's relevant to anything. Let's see if any of our pistons are steam cleaned. Well, I'm pretending like I can see. I can't. So let's go grab Mr. Wiggles and have a gander. Gotta reach down here and try to turn the crank. There we go. I want to get this number 1 piston down so we can look at one at a time. Oh, it's got a little QR code on it. Get my arm back out. Probably not too many people got a 24mm 1/4" drive, am I right? It's a Hyundai Kia socket there where the oil pressure switches. Comes in handy for other things. Well, let me see here. You know what I'm wondering? We should probably get some pressure on this cooling system just to see. I don't see any, and I'll start recording here for you, but I don't see anything that's real concerning right off the bat. Nothing looks steam clean, but let's get our wiggler out of here now that we can turn the engine over and stuff. Let me get some pressure here on the cooling system. See if we can't get to the bottom of it for this fella. Okay, here we go, folks. Got 20 pounds of pressure on the system as it calls for. Down the hole we go. This one had the dirtiest spark plug. A little oil running down the side of the cylinder there, not too bad. Pretty clean. Let's have a look back up at the head gasket area. See if there's any evidence here. We may be barking up the wrong tree altogether, but sure has all the makings of a head gasket. Alright, well let's go look at number 3. I think that one should be down as well, right? If I was a 3-cylinder engine, I would think. Just a minute, I hear something. Houston, I think we have a problem. So I hear a whoosh. I'm smelling antifreeze, old son. Get in the hole, baby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he says. Let's grab the 24mm. I think our suspicion was correct. Interesting. Didn't we say that spark plug was the whitest? I think we did. Let me bar this. Whoa! That piston looks awful reflective. Oh, goodness gracious. We got puddles, dude. We're gonna have to crank this engine over. Oh, sugar! Get your arm out. Pull out, buddy. So let me wipe you off here. Okay, get you guys cleaned off. Let's relieve the antifreeze. I'm over here doing that. Huh? Okay, let's, we don't need the, I think we found the problem. There's your problem, lady. There's your problem, lady, right there. Look, you can see the reflection of our light. That's funny. Oh boy. Let's look back up. Get all the way to the bottom here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, dang it all the heck. I stuck my tip in the sludge. Just a minute. Oh yeah, she's got lots of antifreeze in that cylinder. Clean you off again, then we're gonna go in and try to have a look back up. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of coolant. Let me turn this back up so we don't drop it in the stuff. Let me switch sides of the camera here. And the only better look like it's coming right out of the dang valves. I wonder where it is coming from specifically. The only reason I ask that is, well, oftentimes you'll see where it runs right down the side of the cylinder. I mean, we got those two little streaks there. Interesting. Let's leave our camera right there for a minute. Let's pump this up again a little bit. £18 of pressure on it right there. Where's it coming from? Well, that's kind of weird. It's not leaking in from the exhaust valves, is it? Like I say, my only reason I want to look at this a little more is I'll generally see it, you know, we've done plenty of the Fords, you know, you guys have seen the videos, we pull the plug out and you watch it run right down the cylinder. Same thing with like the Priuses and all the other ones that are pretty notorious for this failure. The part that has me slightly concerned is he doesn't have some other head gasket symptoms such as loss of heat, and it's not pushing all the coolant into the reservoir. And why am I not hearing a whoosh anymore? I tell you what, let me pump this up to 20. you can hear it. I still hear it. Oh, are we low enough on coolant we can't see it now? That's what I'm wondering. What the heck? How the hell are we not seeing this drip? We pull up here, we just watch 2 drips, there's another drip. What in the world are we missing? I pull out and I watch it drip. I go back in here and I don't see a drip. Let's try our pull-out game again here. Just a minute. Let me flip the camera around here again. Ah, dang it. I got some stuff on the camera. I don't mean to keep boring you guys with this, but that's a little frustrating. We see the drip. We hear the whoosh. But when we're down looking up, we don't see it. Oh, it might have been the drip off my camera. Might have had the liquid on the probe of the camera on the back side of it. Because clearly it's not dripping anymore. I'm going to hold the camera up here. So that little circle you see in the middle with all the little dots around it, that's the light on the end of my LED. See, I can turn the light off. Super intense. I'm going to bar it over and see if at some point all of a sudden a bunch of coolant dumps in here. Oh wow, we've lost a ton of pressure. We've already lost 10 pounds of pressure. Let me set this just like this. I know we're wasting a lot of time on this, but if it's, I just don't want to misdiagnose. This is uncharted territory for me. Let me get something to hold this here without knocking that out. Get a little twisty tie. Let me just take and tie this up here. Okay, I just want to get our camera tied up out of the way so it's not going to get bumped. Oops. Okay, there we are. Let's try to wiggle them into position. Oops. Alright. There's our piston. Let's grab our wrench, ratchet. There's a lot of coolant. We definitely don't want to hit our camera, so tie you guys back up here again. Think we're up good enough. Back up the pressure. Come on, baby. Get out of this crank again. What the heck? Oh shit. Sorry. Didn't mean to swear at you. Shut her down, boys. We're pumping coolant. A pile of coolant just blew out of. It's over. It is finished. Further disassembly required is what we're gonna say. We just pushed a bunch of coolant out of the number 3 cylinder. Alright, well, yeah, I'll let you guys have a little look down here. That whole tube is full. That is antifreeze filled right to the tippy top. I'm calling it. We're wasting time at this point. Shut this thing off. Well, I guess that's that and a bag of Wheaties. Head's gonna have to come off it. Let me just bar it over here to push this coolant out of this cylinder here. Yeah, a bunch of coolant. So the 2 spark plugs, yeah, we're gonna have to crank it over we'll crank it with the key now. The 2 spark plugs that were the cleanest, slightly cleaner than number 1, are the 2 cylinders that are eating antifreeze. You know, which stands to reason, but usually if a cylinder's eating antifreeze, boy, it'll steam clean that piston like really nice, super clean. We can't just go throw the plugs back in this thing and start it. I'm gonna stick a couple rags in here, we'll crank it over, but yeah, anyhow, I guess at this point that's it. It's gonna have to have the head pulled off, in which case he says we're not gonna get the job. So I mean, we might get it eventually, but he stated that he just doesn't have the funds to do any major repair currently. So I'm just curious, you know, on the liquid cooled on the turbo, I don't think it's going to migrate back up the exhaust valve, just given where the cooler lines and all that stuff are. That's a pretty big stretch. Intake manifold on these are dry, you know, just air manifold from the looks of it. So I'm gonna have to say something in the head, and once the head's off, you know, machine shop, is the head cracked, things like that. It's all stuff you're gonna want to know. I checked, there's no service bulletins or anything on these. Not a lot of chatter on the internet about them yet. I didn't see anything. I looked on Identifix there to see if anybody else has ran across this situation, and no reports of it yet. So maybe we're going to start seeing these coming into our shop that are just like this, which kind of a shame. These are inexpensive cars, and I don't know how to say what I want to say politely. I think oftentimes I'll try to say it politely and respectfully. Oftentimes I think people that buy these, that buy Chevy Cruises, that buy some less expensive cars, they buy them, you can make payments, and they often don't have the extra funds to afford the vehicle outside of warranty. And unfortunately, the car that is inexpensive to buy is also usually cheap junk. You know, like these things, they just, I don't know. It's like the Cruises, the 1.5 turbos and all that stuff they make, they're junk. You know, they rarely make it to the 100,000 mile mark without needing a ton of money put back into them, you know. I can't tell you how many GM turbos I've changed. You know, dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And it stinks. And like I say, I'm not saying, I got no static with anybody who buys one or owns one, but you know, you would see it with the, you know, even like the, you know, the Chevy Metros and the, back in the days of the Cavaliers and the K cars, you know, they were affordable cars, but they just weren't quality cars, unfortunately. Yeah, you'd be probably better served to buy yourself, you know, if you're short on funds or whatever. I know it takes time to do it, but you know, if you're in the Northeast, get a Southern car, you know, I'd rather have an older, you know, Honda Civic, Accord, Camry, Corolla, you know, something like that, something that's highly reliable, you know, not crazy expensive to fix, but you know, will outlast, you know, some of this import stuff, you know, 10 to 1. So anyhow, just kind of my thoughts. Just kind of feel bad for this guy that, you know, this is it. It's not like you can keep driving it. So this is what it is, man. All right, folks. Try to make a little less of a mess. What's up?
What's up?
Not good for this guy, though.
No?
Not good. Catastrophic, actually. Not good. The old boy must pound the miles here. He's got 70K on it. It's junk, Vanessa.
Uh-oh.
Junk.
It's only got 70,000 on it?
Yep.
Wow.
It is. It is over it, man. This thing is pumping coolant like.
It does smell really bad.
Well, we pressurized it and we're looking down the cylinders and you could actually hear the leak. It's so bad. I heard a whoosh.
Dang.
Then we got down there with old Mr. Wiggles and had a look around. And we're looking in this cylinder because this one's got antifreeze. Meanwhile, this one over here is like overflowing with antifreeze. So, not good. And GM told him to go pound sand, so. Jump off a cliff, they told him. They'll sell him a brand new car though.
Yeah.
With unlimited limited warranty. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Because he said he's not going to fix it.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. Said he wants to drive it until June. I'm going to suggest he has it towed home. It's bad. Like, it's not like a little drip. It's like we had to blow the antifreeze out of the cylinders to put spark plugs back in it bad. What are you up to? Do you need me? Or you just come out for some hugs and kisses?
I just had a quick question, but I can wait.
You
Yeah.
need hugs and kisses? Help me out here. Make the people think you love me.
Oh, right.
Come on, man.
I don't do that kind of thing on camera.
Ooh, yes you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, let's see what happens. Come get the dang key to turn off. There we go. Woo. Good thing it wasn't blown up or something. Alright. What in the world's all that racket? Oh, it's coming from the car. Yep, 70,000 miles and she's ready for the scrap heap. Chevy Thunder. Probably has coolant in the antifreeze, I'm sure. Or, yeah, coolant in the antifreeze. There you go, my guy. Coolant in the oil. It's gotta be getting down there and mixing around. Not good, man, not good. So we'll leave it at that, folks. I don't know if this is gonna be the first of many. Let's hope not. Or if this is just a, one-off case and this guy's got some bad luck. Let's hope that's the case, if you will. Because there's a lot of these junkers out there, boy. This is the new norm. You're seeing these things come in, so we'll see. I don't have many customers that have these that are high mileage yet. Most of them are in that 30,000 mile range, but this one, like I say, just hit 70. So it's too bad GM won't stand behind it, because it's going to cost this guy thousands of dollars out of pocket to pull this thing apart and fix it. And that's providing the head's still good. There's no anomaly there, no anomalies in the block. You don't know. You don't know until you start tearing it apart. So I've got some friends that work at GM. I'm going to call them, see if they've come across this, anything like that, and see what their outcome has been. Of course, if they're under warranty, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they do head gaskets or if they just slap motors in them, or what the story is. I don't know what the best approach is here. Going into the unknown. I guess I would recommend pulling the head and then having a look, see what things look like. Seems pretty severe. As much coolant as that thing's pumping, that's pretty severe. I obviously can't tell the guy like, yeah, go ahead, keep it full of coolant and drive it. Because actually, I think from the first time I talked to him till now, you know, the coolant consumption has almost doubled, and it's only been, you know, a week or so. It started out where, you know, he was noticing the coolant getting a little tiny bit low. He'd add a little tiny bit, but now it's, you know, it sounds excessive. So anyways, why don't you guys go in that comment section, leave an excessively long comment if you can. Or if you can't and don't want to, you can just say something short. Insty, Facebook, that's where we're at, folks. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.